Hey Terence, it's Gaz from. I've just been mentioned already that Kell Brook's fought Golovkin Spence, where he's given a really good account of himself. Is there anything Kell Brook does that worries you?
Not at all. I didn't see it all. You know, given that Kell Brook has fought a lot of good opponents.
Sorry,
You know,
I'm having
he's
trouble
seen a
with the
lot.
connection. Please try again in a moment.
What's that?
that was I think that was on Gaz's end. So I sorry you were mentioning about Kell Brook.
No, I was just saying. You know, we're gonna be ready for whatever. Like I'm not focused or worried about any of that. Kell Brook, gonna bring to the table because I'm gonna adjust to whatever it is that he does. That
I guess now Terrence is outside, so we go ahead to Jake Donovan from Boxing Scene. Jake, please go ahead when ready.
Thank you very much, Evan. I have the same question for Terence and for Todd. It's about Relentless. Terence, I just wanted to know what you thought of seeing the shoulder program and going into this fight, and how it feels to have that kind of attention, that big fight attention, without it having to be a pay-per-view.
I don't know. I don't know. It feels good for the content to be out there. I feel like it should always be out there, whether it's a pay-per-view or not. I consider this a big fight for boxing fans, and yeah.
Okay, very cool. Thanks, Terence. I appreciate it. And Todd, if you can kind of answer the same question, just how important is it for Top Rank's best pound fighter to get this type of attention?
Well, I mean, this is obviously, it's one of our priorities is constantly keeping it going and keeping the awareness and getting Terence Crawford as mainstream as possible. And I think we can all talk about in the boxing world how great he is, and we all live in a little, and sometimes a little world. And our job as his promoter and our job is to make him as big as possible. And when we bring him to the biggest platforms, and the biggest network, when he's showing in his fights and they do big numbers, those are terrific. We have obviously, you saw Relentless. It was part of that. I think in Terrence's last fight, we had blood, sweat, and tears. These are shows that we produce in house. I think, and Terence can speak on it. I think Andre and Terence have a really good interaction. We saw that back in December when they sat down for a talk. And so when we did Relentless, I think the two of them feed off each other really well. And I think you get this out of Terence there. And then we're going to have real time this week. So we'll have weekly posts of everything going on and content being circulated everywhere to drive awareness. And this is what our job is. And then it's Terence's job to come off the way he is and show people in the ring the night before and show people outside of the ring, who he is and what makes him so special.
Thank you so much, Terence. Best of luck this weekend. Good to have you back in the ring.
Thank you, Jake. And now we go to Eric Woodyard.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Now we go to Eric Woodyard from ESPN.com. Eric, please go ahead when ready.
Hey, what's up, Terence? How you doing, man? You look around at boxing right now. You look around at boxing right now. You see the lighter division. You see what Tank doing, and a lot of the just star-making performances that's been going around. Obviously, you've been getting TKOs and KOs and the things you've been doing. Do you feel any urgency to close the show in any type of way to really just I mean, obviously you big, like we just mentioned, big in boxing, but just to get that star-making performance as far as mainstream, do you feel a way that you have to win this fight a certain way to really cross over?
Not at all. Not at all. Me, how I go about fights is just make sure you get the win, no matter how they come. So I'm not going out there to try to outdo a previous performance or any other fighter. My thing is just to go out there and make sure I get the win and secure that first, and everything else can come second. If the knockout's there, of course I'm going to go out there and take it. But if it's not, then like I said before, we prepare for 12 hard rounds.
Is this a fun time in boxing for you right now? Just looking around at just all the young talent, like just is this a fun time to be a part of the sport right now?
It's always been a fun time to be a part of the sport. You know, I couldn't think of a time when it wasn't.
All right, thank you very much. And now we stay in Las Vegas. Sam Gordon from the Las Vegas Review-Journal. Sam, please unmute and go ahead when ready, sir.
Terence, thank you for the time today. Really appreciate it. A couple quick questions for you. I mean, with all this talk about, you know, the mainstream and you being in the mainstream, I was just curious. Right now, when you go out, say when you're out in public and when you're with your family in public, do you get approached and stopped a lot? Do people recognize you as arguably the best pound-for-pound fighter in the world? Do you get a lot of attention like that?
Of course. Everywhere I go, people come up to me, say, "Yo, that's Terence Crawford. That's the best fighter in the world." It doesn't matter where I be. You know, I done been all over the world, all across in different countries, and they still notice me. And you know, and that just let me know where I stand in the sport of boxing today.
Do you enjoy getting that kind of attention?
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. Sometimes, like when you out with your family and you're eating, and one person want a picture and you don't want to seem like an asshole, you tell them, yeah, then next thing you know, you got 50 people lined up to take a picture with you. It kind of get irritating, but at the same time, this is what we do it for. And without the fans, there's no us. So, it just comes with the territory.
Absolutely. And then the last thing for me, Terence, at this stage of your career, with everything you've accomplished and with the way you've accomplished it, what is your biggest motivation at this stage? What do you want to prove? What do you want to showcase? What drives you at this stage of your career to continue being the number one boxer in the world?
Just showing everybody that I'm the best, just competing. That's it. Just proving all the doubters wrong and all the naysayers that I'm the best fighter in the world.
Thank you very much, Sam. And now we go back across the pond to our friends over at Boxing UK. So please unmute and go ahead when ready.
Hi, Terence. It's Steve from Boxing UK. Terence, one of the things Kell said is you haven't faced anyone like him in the past. What do you think Kell brings to the table that you might not have encountered before?
Well, he never faced nobody like me. So he can say I never faced nobody like him, and I can say he never faced nobody like me. And I don't know what he brings to the table because I haven't been there. I haven't been in the ring with him. So we shall see come this week what he brings to the table.
Just moving forward, Terence, over the weekend, Bob Arum said that he was looking for fights against Manny Pacquiao and Errol Spence. But one of our pound-for-pounds, Josh Taylor, over the weekend said he would fight you tomorrow. What do you think of that? And if you could pick one, who would you want?
I would pick Manny Pacquiao. Josh Taylor still got unfinished business at 140. He shouldn't be thinking about me right now. He should be thinking about Ramirez.